What's going on, everybody? After a busy week hiatus, I am back with my Raw review for September 15th, 2008. And like I said, had a busy week last week. Didn't get to watch any wrestling. Very sad for me, but it's alright. I'm going to make another video letting everybody know, kind of like a little life update on me. Let everybody know what's going on. But to the task at hand, WWE Raw for September 15th, 2008. We kick off the show with a steel cage match for the WWE Championship. Chris Jericho versus CM Punk. And honestly, I don't think you should kick off a show with a main event match like that, especially if it's for the World Heavyweight title. I think that a match like that should be either the last match on the show or second to last match, or at least in the second hour at some point. Kicking off a show with a WWE Championship match is just ridiculous, honestly. And actually, Battle Guy 1 and I were talking on AIM last night, and he was talking that Adam Lee's announcement about the number one contender should be made after this match also. And that would be another point to have it at the end of the show, instead of having it after Kane versus Rey Mysterio, like they had it, which that's what they talk about later in the show. Then after the match, Jericho wins the match in a way I didn't personally care for, but you know, it was it's kind of making CM Punk still look like he was a fluke champion, and I don't think that's a good image that they need to put on CM Punk right now. So, oh well. After this, we have a Mike Adamle Jericho segment. Basically, Jericho is saying that, you know, you're putting me in a title match at No Mercy. You know, you've pushed me to the limit. I'm like you said last week, apparently, I'm a well-working machine, and you need to take care of me as your champion or whatever. So they go to Adamle's office, discusses what Jericho had in mind. Then we have the Kane segment, basically just saying, basically he took Rey Mysterio's mask off, and Rey Mysterio's just like every one of us, we all wear masks, and that we're all basically, that we're fake. And yeah, so that has some truth to an extent. With some people, I should say. Anyway, Evan Bourne comes up and basically just kind of defends Rey Mysterio. Kane starts his evil laugh. Evan Bourne just kind of backs off. I kind of understand why they're putting Evan Bourne in the situation, but having him come in and Kane really not doing anything to him except intimidating him, I thought it was kind of not necessarily pointless, but it could have been done a different way. I think having Evan Bourne defend Rey Mysterio to this extent is good, but you know, I think they could just went another route with it. Like I said, like maybe Kane attacking Evan Bourne and all that, but you know, oh well. Next we have Jillian Hall come out. She's singing Hound Dog. We go to commercial, and she's come back and she's singing Hunka Hunka Burning Love, and Elvis is turning over in his grave right now, and that really made me mad because she was butchering a great performer's songs. We have Jillian versus Candice up next. Beth Phoenix on commentary. Not really much to say here. Let me get some water. Beth Phoenix here on commentary. This was a sad match, to be honest with you. There's a lot of mess-ups in this match. Both of them need to work on their in-ring skill. Candice, like I said, picks up the victory. She invited Beth Phoenix to come in the ring. She drop kicked her out of the ring before she can even get in. So, yeah. Next, I don't really want to call it a JBL squash match. But JBL basically beat the crap out of Tommy Dreamer and picked up the victory there. And then he basically sits in the ring, gets on the mic, and basically says, until Mike Adamle makes him #1 contender, he's staying in the ring. So basically he's kind of doing a sit-down protest. Orton comes out, basically says he's really the only one that's deserving of it, and basically continues to run down the champions of Raw, basically, or at least, well, not necessarily tag team champions, but like the rest of the singles competitors and all that, which brings up Santino and Beth. Basically, you know, Randy Orton says, should I really be listening to you, Santino? Then Batista comes out and basically says he's going to kick all their hind ends, and basically he should be the #1 contender. Then Mike Adamle comes on the Titantron. He says he will make the #1 contenders announcement after the Rey Mysterio Kane match at the end of the night. And honestly, I think the best part of the show, the Jericho CM Punk match was a really good match, but the best part of the show was this segment right here. It was very entertaining. It kept my attention. That I honestly think this was the best part of the night. After this, we have Orton walking backstage. Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase, and Manu basically have a stare down with Orton, and then they come out for our next match, which is Cody, Ted, and Manu versus Kofi Kingston, Jerry the King Lawler, and Jim Haas, which is basically Charlie Haas dressed up as Jim Ross. And I honestly think this is insulting to Charlie Haas. You know, I mean, I understand he's getting screen time and all this, that, and the other, but once they're done using this gimmick for him, they're probably going to toss him to the sidelines again and just not really using that much. So, yeah, I'm really disappointed in the way they're using Charlie Haas, because, I mean, he's a really good athlete. I remember watching him and his brother Russ wrestle in HWA back in the day. You know, I mean, he's a really gifted athlete, just like Shelton Benjamin is. So, yeah. Next, we have Jamie Noble versus Paul Burchill. Jamie Noble picks up the victory for once, and interesting enough, it was, you know, over Paul Burchill. So that kind of makes me think, I think I read somewhere that Paul Burchill might be next on the chopping block with WWE. So this might be a sign of things to come. Layla comes out after the match, says that William Regal's a real man, and that's what she wanted. Jamie wasn't. And then William Regal comes out and says she didn't want a noble, she wanted nobility. I don't know. Anyway, this feud's going to continue. Finally, we have the Kane versus Rey Mysterio match. Decent match here. Rey Mysterio picks up the victory after Kane doesn't break the 5 count. And then after the match, Evan Bourne and Rey Mysterio both attack Kane. And then, yeah. So, Rey Mysterio picks up the victory here. Nothing really much to talk about there. They're probably going to continue this Evan, Rey, Kane thing. So, Y2J and Lance Cade come up the ring. Basically, Chris Jericho tells us what his idea was, which was basically to have Batista versus JBL. #1 contender match. Whoever wins that match, Jericho comes out after that match and faces both, or whoever won that match. So, Adamle comes on the screen, basically agrees to the #1 contenders match at No Mercy. But he has a different idea. And he basically says Y2J is still going to have a title match at No Mercy, but his opponent will be, and then drama, suspense, Lance Cade's in the ring, so I'm thinking, like, dude, he's making Lance Cade fight Chris Jericho for the title, which I thought would be a pretty cool twist, honestly. That'd been interesting. But they threw me off, and it's going to be HBK versus Y2J at No Mercy in a ladder match. It's been a while since we've seen a ladder match, so this one has a really good potential to be a good match. So, continuing this HBK Y2J storyline, I guess they're trying to freshen it up because people are honestly, and I mean, me being one of them, I was kind of wanting the storyline to end. So, but overall, I want to say decent Raw, but wasn't disappointing at the same time. It had some good spots like the Batista JBL Santino Beth Orton segment that they had, and then of course the opening match, Chris Jericho versus CM Punk, which was a good match. That's really the main two things that I thought were good from the show. Then of course the announcement of HBK versus Y2J in a ladder match. So that's my thoughts on this past week's Raw. Post your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you have any questions for me, I'm going to be making another question and answer video here soon. So send them in to me, get them into me, and I'm going to make this video. So I hope you guys have a great Tuesday, and I will be seeing you shortly with my life update video. Take it easy, guys.